book and wax friends. I'm Amber. If you're new, welcome back. If you're returning, I do post about all things bookish and home fragrance, and today's video is a bookish video. It is my TBR jar picks, my books to read for the month of April. I enjoy doing this every month. I like having an official TBR, but I am also a mood reader. And so I tend to pick 6 books from the prompt jar because usually I don't get to all of them. It's more of a pile of possibilities than I'm like set in stone. I'm forcing myself to read the books. But as I said, I do enjoy having an actual like official TBR each month because then it makes it a little easier to pick the books if I'm not sure what one I want to get to next. So let's jump into it. So I do have my little TBR shelf right here. Unfortunately, you can't really see the bottom, but there are books down here as well. So let's see what we get for my 6 books this month. So, okay. And I'm very into like springy, whimsical, cozy for the month of April. That to me is like the perfect reads for April. Well, I love cozy and springy and whimsical every month. You guys know if you've been here and for any amount of time, but specifically April because it's spring and beautiful, the blossoms, you know, that to me leans into those whimsical type of vibes. So the first one I got definitely does not lean spring, a brown cover. Do I even have any that are really brown? I guess there is some brown on this one. How about, no, that's pink. That's not gonna work. Let's see, no, that's purple. I mean, his robe is kind of brown. There is brown, as in it says Clooney brown. I think, oh, maybe this one has brown. Let's look. I mean, that's kind of has brown on it. The Demon in the Light is like a yellowy brown. Okay, so I'm gonna decide between these 3. I don't really have brown all that much. I'm thinking, you know what? Even though it says brown, it's not the color brown, it's her name. So I'm gonna put that one back. And then now between these 3, I think the Brandon Sanderson is the least brown, and it's, you know, you could say it's kind of gold too. So I'm putting this one back. So now it's down to these 2, and that's a little bit harder because I really want to read both of these. So The Demon and the Light, which is the second book in a duology. The first one was The Floating World, which I did really love, almost a 5-star. And then from Heather Fawcett, her first adult cozy fantasy, and that is Agnes Auber's Mystical Cat Shelter. I think, I can't remember if I'm putting this one. Stay tuned for this video. I did make a list of my second quarter 5-star predictions. I know this one is on that. I can't remember if I put this one on that too. So because I can't remember, I'm going to go ahead and go with this one because I know I've been wanting to read it. I've been anxiously waiting for this book since January. And so, yeah, we're going to do this one. So Agnes Auber's Mystical Cat Shelter. And this, I will do the synopsis more about the books at the end. So that is my first. And then let's do the next book, if I can get this one back in. Okay, so that's book 1 down. Now just 5 more. So let's see the next one I get. Oh, yay! Oh, this is a good one. Reread a childhood favorite. I already know what I'm going to pick for that one. Anne of Windy Poplars, the fourth book in the Anne of Green Gables series. I am reading through these books again. This was a childhood favorite series of mine. I have read them more than once, but it's been a few years. And so, as I said, I'm reading through them again. So I am excited to get to this one this month. It was a plan for me to read it this month. And so, yay, I'm glad it worked out with the official TBR jar prompts that I will be able to get to this one. So that is Anne of Windy Poplars for my second book. All right, next one, book 3. Oh, these are kind of stuck together. Did I get it? Yes. Okay, book 3 is set in the summer. Why do I get these? I'm a very seasonal reader. It's getting closer to summer, but I don't know. I'm a very seasonal, I want to read summer books in the summer. This one kind of feels like it might be in the summer, and it was part of my summary. Ooh, this one might be too. Summary ideas for books. Accomplice to the Villain, possibly. Teller's Small Fortunes. I wonder if this one is. It's hard to know with some of these if they are. I know that one isn't. Let's see. I know Swan's Daughter isn't. The Weaver Bride might be. Some of these might also be like multiple seasons is the thing as well. That is not summer, I know. I could do this one possibly. But again, I don't know if it's in the summer. I am thinking, I'm just assuming by looking at these covers, I'm thinking I'm going to go with Kiki's Delivery Service. I could be completely wrong and it's not set during the summer, but just looking at it, I know she goes to like a seaside village to help the village out. And doesn't it just look like it's probably like summery time? When I think seaside village, I know they have more than one season, but I'm thinking in my head, oh, it's got to be the summer that is happening. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Kiki's Delivery Service. Again, I could be completely wrong. It might not be set during the summer, but that is what I am going with. So that is the next one. Okay, so that is 3 down and 3 more to go. Okay, let's see what this one is. Okay, an indie book. This is perfect because I just bought one. And where is it? Yes. Well, I have 2 actually. I don't know if this is, I know Courtney Walsh does publish, like, she's an indie published author, but she also is a traditionally published author as well. I'm not sure if this one is or not, but My Lucky Charm, I think it is part of the ones that she indie published. But I also have, this is a spoiler for my next book haul that I have to show you. I did just get this one in. It is A Bride of Fallen Stars by Victoria McCombs. And I know that this is an indie published. And look how pretty. I love it. It's such a gorgeous cover. I love it. That's really what drew me to it. But I've heard really good things about this. It's the first in a series, I know, that just came out. And so, yeah, I think I'm going to go with this one. I have a bunch of, well, I usually have a bunch of fantasy. It's just the way it is. So this is more of a straight up fantasy. I know there is some romance in it, but it is not a romantasy per se. So A Bride of Fallen Stars. Okay, so 2 more, you guys. I'm getting close. So far, so good. Okay, let's do this one. All right, author you love. That works out really well because, let's see. Actually, Now that I'm thinking about it. What one do I want to do? I could do the Brandon Sanderson because I do love him. But I do really want to read this book, even though I was planning on doing it in March. Or do I want to do the Axio book? Because I love the first one. I was planning on reading this in March. It's still springy, even though it's no longer St. Patrick's Day. So I think I'm going to go with this one. I do love Courtney Walsh's writing. She is an awesome author. And so, yeah, we're going to do this one. My Lucky Charm. This is the second book in the Holidays with Heart series, which is a hockey romance, clean hockey romance series. So that will be that one. So far, I'm really digging this TBR. I'm very happy with it. Okay. We're on the last prompt. Let's see what I get. Okay. Hopefully it's a good one. A weapon on the cover. Oh, that one would work. Okay, for sure. The Demon in the Light. He is holding a sword. I mean, technically, you could use a teapot as a weapon. You know, there's nothing to say that it has to be an actual, like, real weapon, normal weapon. Let's see. The Weaver Bride. Scissors, you could say that. I'm kidding about this one. I mean, you can say that, but I'm thinking, no. Okay, this one has arrows. We'll do that one. Let's see. No, not on that one. Swan's Daughter. I really want to read that one this month. Let's see if Wildwood Dancing does. No, it doesn't look like there's any in that one. Okay. I am going to... Yeah, I think these are good. Well, let's see what this one is. You could use a horse as a weapon too, for sure. But I'm going to decide between these three. So The Demon and the Light, this would be finishing, I'm 95% sure it's just a duology. So this would be finishing a series. This, I think, is a standalone cozy type of fantasy. The Weaver Bride, absolutely springy. And then I do want to read this one before the fourth book comes out. I think I'm going to put this one back. Scissors are weapons. They can be used as a weapon, but we have arrows and we have a sword. Those are more of a traditional weapon. Okay, I think I'm going to, this would be continuing a series to where I would be caught up. But again, this would be finishing the series. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go with The Demon and the Light by Axio. And I'm very excited to get to this one, for sure. I have, I just want to show you guys because I like how different these covers are. Let me get to it. So I have the Fairy Loot edition as well, but I just have to show you the difference in the cover. So this, you know, looks like super epic fantasy, possibly sci-fi looking almost. And then you have this whimsical fairy tale type of vibe to this one. And this one is the US cover, but I want to show you the UK cover as well because it also is definitely giving a very different vibe. So there you go. Very much a different vibe than this one. But I'm going to read from the library copy because then I don't have to worry about possibly ruining my book. But the story is the same, whether it's different or not. I just wanted to show you guys just how different sometimes US versus UK covers can be. And it's funny. That's why me as a book purchaser that is obsessed with beautiful books, this is why I always look for what is the most beautiful cover to me, in my opinion. So I'll always look at like the UK versions versus the US versions and special editions, all that sort of thing, because beautiful books just make me happy. I love it. So not only do I love reading, I love collecting beautiful editions of the stories too. So, okay, that was it, right? That was 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 6 books. Let me do a little synopsis with you guys over them all. So the first book that got chosen was Agnes Auber's Mystical Cat Shelter, and this was for the prompt brown cover. And this is a cozy adult fantasy about a lady named Agnes Auber, who lives in Montreal in the 1920s, I think it is. And she was a founder of a cat shelter charity, and she ends up being forced to move the charity, and she finds out that her new shop is being used as a front. Right under her feet is the lair of a decidedly disorganized, not to mention self-absorbed and infuriatingly handsome Havelock Renard. Havelock is everything Agnes doesn't want in her life: chaos, mischief, and a little too much adventure. But as she gets to know him, she discovers he's more than the dark magician of legend, and that she may be ready for a little intrigue and perhaps even romance. After all, second chances aren't just for rescue cats. So I know this is obviously a magical realism type of cozy fantasy. Takes place in the real world, though, urban fantasy, I would say. So I'm very excited to get to that one. Heather Fawcett is the author of the Emily Wilde series, which is one of my favorite series in the last few years. Okay, the next one was Anne of Windy Poplars by L.M. Montgomery, and this was for a reread, a childhood favorite. So I'm continuing on with my reread of the Anne of Green Gables series. Highly recommend this series, even as an adult. It gives you all those feel-good, wonderful feelings, and it's just the best. So this is Anne. As she is an adult, she's in her 20s, and she becomes, it's her adventures. I really don't want to spoil anything. Read the books. They're amazing. At least read Anne of Green Gables, but the whole series is amazing. So Anne of Windy Poplars takes place on Prince Edward Island, although this one I can't remember if she's on Prince Edward Island in this one, but she always goes back and visits home, sort of thing. So the next book I got was a set in summer, and I decided on Kiki's Delivery Service by Aiko Kadono. Not sure if it's set in summer, but it's giving me summer vibes because she moves to Seaside Village. She's a witch, and she wants to bring happiness to the townspeople, but gaining the trust of the locals and finding success is trickier than expected. With her faithful, wisecracking black cat Gigi by her side, Kiki forges new friendships and builds her inner strength, ultimately realizing that magic can be found in even the most ordinary places. So I'm thinking it's set in summer. Could be wrong, but that's what I picked. The next one was for the prompt an indie book. So I did A Bride of Fallen Stars by Victoria McCombs, and she writes clean fantasy. And this one I'm so excited to get to. I think it's the beginning of a series. I don't think it's a standalone. It is said, hidden passageways, secret meetings at midnight, 5 courts, a glass dance, and a tender-hearted mortal king in search of a wife. A Bride of Fallen Stars begins the Broken Constellation series, perfect for fans of no spice romantic fantasy that feels like a fairy tale. That checks all my boxes right there. So let's see. Cora and Adele are meant to inherit the heavens together, ruling as twin stars. But on the night of their ascension, Adele shatters the bond between them and steals the sky for herself. In doing so, she unknowingly unleashes an ancient beast her sister has kept hidden in her veins. Once a bloodthirsty king, the creature takes a mortal host as it claws its way back to power. Cora has 14 nights to find him among the 5 mortal courts before he grows strong enough that the stars go dark forever. To do this, she aligns herself with the mortal king her sister once loved, posing as his fallen bride, for the duration of the festival of 14 nights, a season of masks and music honoring the beast's fall centuries ago. They will search between dances and dinners in secret passageways and glassy lakes to find an ancient evil before the skies fall. So that sounds so good. Oh my gosh. So, and like I said, I just adored the cover. It's what drew me to the book. Okay, the next book I got was an author you love. I absolutely adore Courtney Walsh. Again, she is a clean author. She writes clean rom-com, feel-good stories with a ton of banter, and they're just fun reads. A lot of depth to them, though. This is the second book in the Holidays with Heart romance, and it's about the youngest sister of the 3 sisters. So it says, a humiliating breakup leads to an impulsive New Year's kiss with a complete stranger. What could possibly go wrong? So that sounds very fun. And then last but not least is a weapon on the cover. So we see a sword. This is The Demon and the Light by Axio. And it is the second book in the Floating World duology. Let's see. I don't want to spoil anything. It says, I'm afraid that going back might change me. In the valley, she was Wren, a troupe performer, Auntie Big Uncle and Little Uncle's niece. On the floating world, she'd be someone else entirely. So this is the continuation of that series. And in the first book, she is being hunted by a bunch of different people because she has to use her light magic to save her adopted uncle. And because of that, everyone's been notified that she's still alive. Everyone thought she was kind of deceased. And it goes from there. So it's a fun series. Or a fun book. The first book was great. I loved it so much. And so I am excited to continue on in the series and finish it up. So that's it, you guys. Those are the 6 books that are on my official TBR. Do any of these sound good to you? Which one should I read first? I don't really know. I can't decide which one I want to read first, but it's nice to have an official TBR, like I said. I appreciate all of you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Please like and subscribe if you'd like for more book and home fragrance content. And until next time, TTFN. Ta-ta for now.